Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Kev's Movie Corner. I'm Kev, and this week we are talking about Apocalypse Now. This movie came out in 1979, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, who you probably also most famous for this, along with The Godfather, which was a very famous, I guess it's a famous trilogy, even though most people don't like the third one, but, you know, famous set of films. It stars Martin Sheen, who you may also know from The Departed, or if you're more into television than movies, if you've ever seen The West Wing, he plays the president in the show The West Wing. And Marlon Brando, also from The Godfather, played Don Corleone. He plays a colonel, a special forces colonel in Apocalypse Now. Movie is based in Vietnam. Martin Sheen plays an army captain who is sent on basically an assassination mission to kill one of the Army's own special forces colonel, played by Marlon Brando, after he is gone into another country, the country of Cambodia, and basically gone on a killing spree, believing himself, and kind of gone insane and believing himself to be a god. It is a relatively long movie. It's about 2.5 hours, but it is pretty action-packed, as you can imagine, being set in Vietnam. It's got a few other big names in it that make appearances. Robert Duvall has a pretty good section in it. Lawrence Fishburne is one of the characters on the mission with Martin Sheen. Harrison Ford. So there are a few big names that show up in this. Of course, Martin Sheen and Marlon Brando are the two main characters that are focused on. This was if you don't like war movies or movies about war, you don't like death and destruction, and there's a lot of violence in this. So if you don't like that kind of thing, it's probably not a movie for you. There is a lot of violence in a couple scenes. You see many people being shot throughout the movie. You see a lot of explosions and people being lit on fire in the movie. Whenever Captain Willard, Martin Sheen's character, gets to his final location to try to assassinate this highly decorated colonel, there's just heads laying all over the place because he has decapitated a bunch of people. So, it is a pretty gruesome film. It's well done. It's very well done. It's got a good pace because it does keep going. But if you're not a war movie person, it's definitely not going to be for you. It is rated R, so not probably for kiddos either. Couple of interesting things about this from IMDb. Couple interesting facts about this. It says that Francis Ford Coppola requested military equipment from the United States, but was refused because of the order to kill the colonel in the movie. So he had to borrow military equipment from nearby from locals. Um, there's also no opening credits. It just starts with the movie, which is interesting. You actually don't see the name of the movie until maybe the last 30 minutes. So 2 hours in, you see the name of the movie, and it's written in graffiti on a piece of metal or something in the camp for Colonel Kurtz, who was Marlon Brando's character, who was the person Martin Sheen's trying to assassinate for going crazy. Um, this is also a very pretty highly rated film on IMDb. It's got an 8.4 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 97%. I guess that would be a certified fresh rating, isn't it? That's what I don't remember what their level is. Yeah, certified fresh. So, a lot of people like this movie. Again, if you're not into the war movies, probably not for you. But if you want something interesting and a good action adventure type movie, it's definitely a good one. It ranks as number 30 on the AFI list, which is what I've been going down for about the past year now. It actually went down from the original by 2 spots, so I liked it. I think it's worth the watch. You know, again, everybody's a little bit different, so it's definitely something a little heavier to watch versus some of the other movies on this list or some of the other things that we've watched. You know, last week we talked about the Taylor Swift thing. This is definitely a lot more in depth than the Taylor Swift concert, Eras Tour concert. But yeah, I think guys, that's about all I have for you this week. Next week we're gonna watch Ben-Hur, the epic from 1959. The original one, not the remake. I think they redid it relatively recently, but we're gonna watch that. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on. Well, right now we're going down through the AFI list, but comment on movies, and I'll try to mix some of them in. I've got some ideas after we get done with this list of what to do, but comment on some of the movies that you guys want to see, and we'll try to do them once we get done with this list. I think we're getting closer, but we still got a little ways to go. So, yeah, again, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll talk to you guys next week.